Alright, what's up, homies? We're back with episode number 26 of my OOTP 17 Angels franchise, and we are here. It is November 1st, by the way. Sorry if you hear any background noise. I actually have some of my windows open and the fan on, so if you hear any background noise, that's probably what it is. But anyway, we're here at November 1st. The offseason starts tomorrow. Of course, in the last episode, we lost a heartbreaker in, 22 innings to the Oakland Athletics, who ended up losing to the Yankees, who lost to the Astros, who lost to the Dodgers. So, all in all, I guess you can't. We made the playoffs again. Actually, I'd be interested to see team history index, and then go all the way down. So let's see here. So we took over in 2016. We did not make the playoffs for the first 3 years, but now we've made it the past 5, which I think is a pretty good accomplishment. We haven't won that elusive World Series yet for the first time since 2002, but we took over a team that in 2016 did not have a very good farm system. We finished dead last, 25 games out of the division, 77 and 85, and ever since then we have posted. It seems like 2018 was an outlier because 2017 we won 90 and 73, 2019 92 and 70, 2020 90 and 72, 2021 89 and 73, 2022 97 and 65, and this year 93 and 70. Not surprisingly, we still haven't won a division title. That's really just because the Astros are as good as they are, so that's the reason for that. But we've made the playoffs the last 5 years. Has that ever happened for the Angels? So that's the first time in franchise history they've ever made the playoffs 5 consecutive years. So that is that. So I actually am pretty excited about this offseason just because if we look at the salaries, there we go. So you see we have a lot of people coming off the books. We have DeGrom coming off, Carrasco's gone, Bogarts. I'd like to bring him back, but his contract's up. So is Martinez's, Quintana, Puig. So we should have a lot of money, and I think this year, I'm done paying for big money free agents. I think I'm just gonna look for bargains at this point because I'm done paying $27.2 million for a DeGrom or whatever. I'm done paying $8 million for a 36-year-old pitcher. I think. Now I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna say I won't do it because maybe that would be my only option, but as of right now, I think that's the plan because it seems like spending a lot of money that still has not translated to a World Series title. So I'm going to try something a little different this offseason. Try not to spend a lot of money. If I do, I'm sorry, but ideally I won't. So you see our final rankings in the American League: 3rd in runs scored, 4th in batting average, 3rd in OBP, 3rd in home runs, 16th in stolen bases. So maybe bringing some speed in would be a good thing. 4th in runs against, 3rd in starters ERA, 4th in bullpen ERA, and 7th in defensive efficiency. So maybe we should try to bring in some guys who are really good defensively that have some speed. Maybe that would be good because we really haven't done that yet, and we're in 8 years into this franchise at this point. So maybe it would be a good idea to focus on that. Looking at our minor league affiliates, it seems to be a bit of a mixed bag. The Bees finished 3rd, Travelers finished 3rd, 66ers finished 4th. The other Bees finished 5th. The Owls finished 3rd. And then our Arizona League team and our Dominican Summer League team, they finished 2nd and 2nd, respectively. Miranda had a solid go of it in his first taste of the big leagues. And, he only played in, 4 games. But regardless, he is pretty much fully developed at this point. The only thing that is not developed yet fully is his eye. But you see, he has 80 speed, but only 50 stealing and 30 base running. So this is really the speed that we could use. The bad thing is that he is fragile, which kind of sucks. But regardless, the cool thing, this guy was a scouting discovery. We didn't sign him from the international amateur market. We didn't draft this guy. Our scout found this guy, which is pretty incredible. But I would like to see, because I forget if I have to sign anybody for. So let's see. Okay, so we need a new scouting director. Damn, we need a new scouting director. I would not mind bringing back Lions, although I'll look to see who is in the free agent market. So we need a new. Oh wow, my contract is up this year. Uh-oh, that's not good. They got to bring me back, right? There's no way they don't bring me back. I guess we'll find out, though, you see, because I'm signed through 2023. It's 2023. But if they do bring me back, we need a new bench coach, although I wouldn't mind bringing back Matheny. We need a new scouting director, and we need a new hitting coach. And not necessarily new, but we just need to fill those spots. So that is that. So let's simulate to the offseason. Interested to see what free agents are available. As I mentioned, we should have a good amount of cap space. I'm not really sure what I'd like. Maybe a couple outfielders, because obviously we have Trout. And I think I'll keep Miranda up, so maybe we just need like one outfielder that's good defensively. I would not mind getting some speed, because Miranda and Trout can take care of like the offensive like portion of the outfield. And I'm not saying I'm going to sign like Peter Borges, like someone like that who can't hit the ball worth anything, but maybe someone who is really good in the field and can get you maybe a nice like 270 average, maybe 5 home runs and 20 stolen bases. That would be nice. You see, this year we only had 25 stolen bases. That is terrible. Finished 4.5 games out of the division, sadly enough. Texas, they were in there for a while, but they ended up finishing 81-81, which, all in all, that's not too bad of a season, but it was enough to finish 16 games out. So that is that. Looking at our other prospects, Santillan did not have a very good year. Okay, here we go. So the season's over. So we got a score of 78 out of 100. This is a great score, supposedly. So you see we have $42 million for free agents, $38 million for extensions. We were third in total attendance, which I imagine is pretty good. So that is that. So, yep, 8 years. So we've made the playoffs 5 out of 8 years. We have a 697 and 601 record. We're 26 years old at this point. I think that's pretty good, right? So let's just see here what we got going on. So Granger got, okay. Austin Hedges voids his last contract. Damn it. All right. Review season goals. So we made the playoffs, which he wanted. We upgraded at third base. All right. So we did not increase our profits. We made the playoffs. You do know it's been 21 years since this franchise has won. Wow, it has been a while. So our owner is happy with us. So he wants us to have a winning record next year, get a better third baseman, which I don't. Maybe I just have to switch Bogarts' position. Maybe that would be fine. Improve my team stolen bases. I agree. Cut payroll by $9 million. Have a final total balance of $20 million and bring home a championship by 2025, which is going to be the last year of this series. So $204 million for total team expenses, $170 million payroll. So we have, okay, look at that. So this is perfect. So 2 more years at $1.5 million per year. So this will take us to 2025, which is perfect. So we so we need a bench coach, hitting coach, scouting director, arbitration, offseason begins. So all right, so let's see what happens. So new owner in Texas, new GM for Boston, new manager in Chicago. Carlos Zambrano was the manager of the Marlins. Of course he was. That's such a Marlins thing to do. The Phillies got a new manager. Washington got it. Wow, a lot of changes. A lot of new Wow, oh my God. A lot of things changed. And who's this? All right, so Albert Almora got traded to the Giants. Seems like he has not developed very well. Although, and there's my dog, so hold on one second. All right, I think she is done barking. So it seems like Almora actually developed pretty nicely. I don't know why I said he didn't. I guess I was just kind of looking at the fact that he's only a 1-star player. But for being a 1-star player, he's done pretty well. I mean, really good defensively. He plays a solid defensive center field. He has contact, solid gap power. He doesn't have a lot of speed, but he's good on the base paths when he is on base. Seems like he's actually done pretty well. He hit 371 in 2021, which I don't know if that was his rookie year, but I doubt it was his rookie year. He had to have been up before then. Let's see. He did pretty well. Yeah, so he's actually done pretty well. Okay. For Chase Bender. So anyway, let's go to salary arbitration. So I'm not bringing Quintana back. I'm not bringing Puig back. I'm going to try to... Whoa, he is a 5-star player. Maybe I should bring him back. Maybe put him in right... Yeah, he's good defensively. He doesn't have any speed, though. Although Puig, Trout, and Miranda, that would be a solid... What are you looking for in a... Oh, okay, you're looking for a lot of money. I'll let you test the market and then go from there. Not bring Carrasco back. Not bring DeGrom back. Not maybe we'll bring Martinez back. I don't know. I'll think about it. And Bogarts, I would definitely like to bring back because he's been a solid third baseman for us. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna let these guys like test the market and just see what because I want to see who's out there. I would definitely like to bring Hedges back. I imagine he can't want all that much, so he wants 1,270. Out of curiosity, would you just take like $1 million? I doubt he would because I think he made $1 million this year. Okay, yep, he doesn't like that. How about like 1-1? That's gotta be good, right? Okay, cool. Cool, so he made 950. Okay, so that's less than arbitration, so withdraw that. Let's be sure to withdraw all these. Riley Unroe, we're going to let walk. Moreno, let's see. What would he want? Okay, he does not want that much, so out of curiosity. So let's see here. Would you take... So he made 1.3 last year, so would you take maybe 1.4 this year? No? How about 1.45? Okay. So he's going to get 1 million there. I'm going to let these guys test the free agent market because I want to see who's available for free agency. So I think I'll simulate ahead a little bit until we get to when the free agents file. So actually, no, I don't. No, I won't because I always forget that the awards get announced like next week. So we'll just go with that. By the way, the MLB draft in real life is tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, as a Phillies fan, it's pretty exciting because we have the #1 overall pick for the first time in quite a while. Last time we had the #1 overall pick, we picked Pat Burrell, if some of you guys have ever heard of him. I don't know how old some of you are. I don't know if some of you tend to be near my age. I'm 19. I don't know if some of you are a little older than that, a little younger than that. Maybe you never heard of Pat Burrell, but that's the last time we had the #1 overall pick. So here we go. Personal message. So we got Hedges and Moreno, which is good. So that takes care of that. So as always, actually, what I'd like to do before we get to the awards is go to lineups. So I want to clear all lineups and depth charts. So let's see. So Zagunis would definitely be our catcher with Hedges as the backup. I would like to keep Ramirez at second base. Ramirez! Tellez at first. We'll put Bogarts at third. Actually, let me just set position. So you are now a third baseman. And okay. So hopefully that considers like upgrading third base. So let's put Urena at short. We actually don't need to sign a lot of free agents this year. Mike Trout in center. Miranda. Where can you play? Okay, so you can really only play center. Where can Trout play? You can only play center too. And he's a fragile injury history. That is not good. Not good. He did hit 30 home runs last year though. I completely forgot we had Vlad Guerrero Jr. Whoops. So maybe we don't need to bring Puig back, so we can put Guerrero there. Oh, and there's my dog once again. Hold on 1 second. All right, so that was the mailman, but regardless. We are, I think, good to go now. So I'm thinking, I know I said improve the defense, but I think I have to put Miranda in left field because, yeah, I'm going to put Miranda in left. Although, wait, who has the better arm? You have okay, good. So you actually project well to be a corner outfielder, so I'm going to move you to left. He's still a 4.5-star player. So I'll move Miranda to left. Now we just need a DH, really, and I think I'd be fine with Cousins because he's not a bad DH because he did hit he's not an average guy, obviously, because he's going to strike out a lot, but, I mean, he had 23 home runs last year, he had 22 the year before, 17 the year before that, so you could do a lot worse for DH, so there's that. So let's look at backups at this point. So Borges, obviously, go down to AAA. Carpio, maybe we could get some better backup infielders that can play the field really well. I think that would be good because now we have our leadoff hitter in Miranda, which is something we normally haven't had in a while. Yeah, I could bat him leadoff. Trout, I could bat him second. I could let me think about this right now. So I could bat Miranda first, Trout second. I could do maybe Urena third, Tellez fourth. I could do Guerrero. Guerrero fifth. I could do Ramirez sixth, Bogart seventh, Zagunis eighth. Damn, that's crazy. Like, I feel like, yeah. I mean, I guess that, and then how is Boissier in the? Now he's not. Yeah, I think he'd be a fine backup outfielder. I'd be fine with having him as a backup. So can you play? He can play all three positions. So I think Boissier would be. So we're saving a ton of money here at this point. So Boissier. How's Holland? He's really good in the field. Not so much with the. Well, he's okay with the bat, I guess. And then we just need a backup so maybe just on a backup infielder. Because I think we can send Holland down at this point. He doesn't really have a spot on this team anymore. So we could send him down. Puig obviously won't be here anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. So really, and then let's just clear this. Oh, and there's my dog one more time. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry for all the stoppages, but looking at the pitching rotation, obviously Fernandez is our ace. We're losing Carrasco, Quintana, DeGrom, and Martinez. Claudio will be our closer. Connor Manuz. Let's see. I guess I wouldn't mind keeping you up. Just in the bullpen, though. That could help us save some money. Let's see. Setup men, definitely Choi as one of them. So you can be a setup guy. I think not Green. I guess we can go back to Moreno, right? I guess Moreno would be a solid. Okay, so we can keep the Choi Moreno thing for setup, I suppose. So Moreno would be a setup. And then we could go maybe Manuz, Green, Alvarez. Yeah, so we'll go Alvarez, we'll go Manuz, we'll go Green, and then one more middle relief pitcher. We will go Colomb with Tobias Myers down in AAA, I guess. I guess that's okay to do. And then Puck, I've had enough of him. Does his contract auto-renew? No, okay. I doubt anybody would be interested in him either, so what does OSA say about him? They hate him too. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's right, we don't have a head scout. Right. We lost our head scout, that's right. So we will waive in DFA because he's gone through all of his minor league options, so we really just need 4 starting pitchers and a backup infielder. I think I can definitely make that work with $40 million. So let's just take a look at who's going to win some awards here real quick. Award starts. They start on the 10th of November. Today's the 8th. Then moving on to the 9th. Here we go. And now the awards start coming in today. So let's see who won the Gold Glove. Let's see if we won any. I doubt we did because don't have a lot of good. Yep. So we did not win any Gold Gloves. It was Reese Carlos, the pitcher for the Tigers, Patrick Kaiboom, catcher, Walker Robbins, first baseman, Tyler Wade, second baseman, Wilkerman Garcia, third baseman, Raul Mondesi, shortstop, Tommy Pham, left fielder, Daz Cameron, center fielder, and Michael Geddes in right field. And then in the NL, Alberto Guerrero for the pitching spot, Matt Hessler for catcher, Anthony Rizzo, who's still kicking around, I suppose, at first, Xavier Edwards at second, Arenado at third, Crawford at short. He is only 28 years old in 2023. That'll be awesome. Daryl Wilson in center and Grant Burton in right. So that is your Gold Glove Award winners. Now we're going to Reliever of the Year, which I imagine is someone in the AL West. It always seems to be someone in the AL West. Elvis Panduro, as the Oakland Athletics, and then Ken Giles finished second. Enrique Cabrera, the Mariners, finished third, so the AL West swept that. Jacob Lindgren won Reliever of the Year in the NL, followed by Jordan Walden, who is still kicking around, and Chris D'Elia. Oh, that's a different Jordan Walden. Yeah, because he's only 25 years old. How about that? So that is a different Jordan Walden. So Kodiashi got traded to St. Louis, it would seem. Moving on to the Silver Slugger. We had to win at least, well, and I can't even say that because we might not have. American League, Gabriel Chavez, 1 for catcher for the Astros. Bobby Bradley, first baseman for the Twins. Alessandro D'Alessio, second baseman. Kevin Padlo, third. Jonathan Scope, shortstop. Yes. Okay, so we won 2 of them. Yasiel Puig at left and Mike Trout in center. Ryan O'Hearn of the Royals, 1 for the right field. And Thomas Johns, 1 as the designated hitter. And then in the NL, J.D. Underwood, 1 as pitcher. Jose Lozama, 1 at catcher. Anthony Rizzo at first. Evan-Luis Lozada at second. Garen Cicchini at third. Nicholas Quintana at short. Kyle Schwarber in left. Austin Meadows in center. And Jeremias Porterreal in right. So the Pirates got 2 of the 3 outfield spots for the Silver Slugger. Moving on to Rookie of the Year. Should be pretty interesting. Let's see. So Gabriel Chavez, who also won a Silver Slugger, won Rookie of the Year in the AL, followed by Justin Savoy, the Astros, and German Zavella of the Blue Jays. And in the NL, let's see. John Malcolm of the Cincinnati Reds, followed by Matt Hessler of the Reds, and Brendan Little of the Atlanta Braves. So that is interesting. Tomorrow is Manager of the Year. I would like to see who wins this. I know it's not me. So Watanabe of the Astros won again, second straight year. And in the NL, it was Dave Roberts. So that is that. Then tomorrow is the Cy Young Award. Obviously, we're not winning that because I imagine it'll have to be Bobby Wall. Yep, it is Bobby Wall. We did finish second, though. Fernandez finished second, followed by Zach Wheeler. In the NL, Alex Wood, who seems to have become one of the best pitchers in the entire league in the save, followed by Cody Medeiros of the Brewers and Tyler Glasnow of the Pirates. And tomorrow MVP, so let's see who is the MVP here. I know we didn't win that, which is not surprising. So let's see. It was Thomas Johns of the Indians, followed by Bobby Wall and Alessandro D'Alessio. And then in the NL, it was Bill Gimmick, followed by Evan-Luis Lozada and Alex Wood. So those are your award winners. So let's just go ahead here, simulate up to where free agents start to file. I believe it is within a week. It should be within a week anyway. Let's see. The puck has to go down to Salt Lake. Let me actually, while I'm here, let me give Bogarts that extension. Offer extension. Would you take maybe a 2-year deal for with a team option for maybe $15 million? That's a 2-year, $30 million deal. I mean, that's a pretty good thing, I would imagine. Okay, so he wants a long-term deal. I would do 3 years at maybe 16. How about that? Okay. So we'll get Bogarts back at a pretty good deal. So that is all that, because Zagunis is signed. Tellez is signed. Ramirez is signed, right? All those guys are signed. Yeah, so, yeah, because we're not bringing back any of these guys. We're not bringing back Lively. Although maybe we should bring back Lively. Yeah, maybe we will bring up Ben Lively. I don't know. I think we'll sign him back. Just see what happens. Offer a extension. Okay, so he only wants 900. Okay, so that's that. So we'll get Ben Lively back. Free agents should file here pretty soon. I don't know when they do. It should be sometime between the 22nd and the 28th, if I remember correctly. So salary arbitration is the 23rd, so it should be right after that. We only need 4 starting pitchers and a backup infielder, which is nice. You know, we don't really need to spend a ton of money. We have $40 million for extensions, and I believe like $40 million for free agents or something. I'm not 100% sure. Yep, free agency filings start with 26. We got Lively and Bogarts, which is good. So now we just need to simulate up to the 26th. It is now the 21st to see what free agents filed. I imagine, as it usually is, it'll be pretty stacked clashes because, as I mentioned in the last episode, just a lot of these teams are in cap hell, so they really can't afford to sign a lot of these guys back, like, to extensions. And that's one of the good things, like, about like where we're at. You know, we have a lot of money for these, you know, free agents, so we can sign like more than 1 or 2 of them, which is nice because we kind of need to at this point. So that is that. Tomorrow is free agency filings. Let me just look here at the top. Personal message. International free agents. Are there any interesting ones here? Let's see. Any names here? Anything? It does not look like it. Okay, so the second baseman. He only wants $4 million. I would definitely do that. He has no speed, though, yeah. See, like, no. 5-10 years ago, that would be definitely be something I would do, but not this year. Not this year, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of these guys don't have speed. Looking at free agents, so Corey Kluber, Pierce Johnson, Jose Quintana, Luis Severino, Puig, Posey, Machado, Birch Smith, Cesar Vargas, Felipe Rivero. So, all right, so let's just go back to the team home screen real quick, manager's office, see how much money we have. So we have $28 million for free agents, and we need to get 4 starting pitchers and a backup infielder. So let's just take a look and see, because sometimes there's a lot of, so Schwarber, Odorizzi, I saw, Strasburg's available, Bryce Harper's available, wow. So I guess Toronto cannot sign him back. So let's take a look here and see free agents. Go all the way back up. All right, so there are a lot of names here. I'm looking at all players. Let's see. So Chapman, once again, is available. But he has a fragile injury history. But wow, wouldn't it be nice to have Manny Machado? But he wants a lot of money, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Who can I get for Steele? Let's see. All right. Well, we definitely need starting pitchers. Let me look at them real quick. So Darvish is 37. He wants $1 million. I would not mind signing him to be a 5th starter. So let's sign him. So offer contract. He only wants that. Okay. So Detroit gave him an offer. That's a little surprising. Cesar Vargas. Pierce Johnson, this was one of the top free agents, supposedly, and I see why. Now, he wants $24 million, but he has compensation. Not that it matters much at this point. Severino would be interesting, but he wants 18 mil. All right, so I think I'm going to cut away here just to try to save some time. So I think when I come back, I'll let you guys know kind of who I'm looking at to fill out the rotation and the rest of the team. Okay, we are back. As you see, it is now February 10th, 2024. Just Hall of Fame voting results. David Ortiz got elected in his first year. Guerrero and Rodriguez are on their 8th years. They still have not gotten in, although it seems like Guerrero will get in next year. Halliday got 61% in his 6th year. Ichiro got 55% in his 3rd. Beltre 49% in his 2nd, so I'm sure he'll get in eventually. Beltran 46% in his 2nd year, so he might get dropped. He might get in. Gary Sheffield got dropped, however, as did Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, sad to see, Edwin Encarnacion, Bartolo Colon, and Francisco Rodriguez. Yep, all right, so it seems like Howard actually played a very long time. His last year was 2021, and seems like he was just trying to kick around for as long as possible. But, oh, well, that's what it is. So, our pitching staff, if you look at our rotation, it's not as star-studded as it has been in recent years. I kind of tried to go a little low-key this year. So we still have Fernandez. He's our ace. But we have Donquan Park, who seems like he could be a pretty solid pitcher for us. We got him on a $2,970,000 deal. We got Amir Garrett, who we spent the most money on. He wanted $8.5 million, so I decided to give him a shot. It seems like he can, if nothing else, will be a good innings eater. You see, he is an Iron Man. So I think he will be a good addition to our team. Darvish, we decided to sign him back. Well, I decided to sign him back. He only wanted $1.3 million, so I figured he'd be a good budget guy. And then finally, we have Martin Perez, who only wanted $2.6 million. I figured he would be a nice guy to round out the rotation with. Looking at our lineups, I selected this guy, Jonathan Jurnek, in the Rule 5 draft simply because he does have some potential with the stick, but he also plays a very good defensive second base, and he can also play third base, shortstop, and left field very well. He has some speed to him. He can steal, great on the base paths, and I figured that this would be a good guy to have as our main backup infielder. So now Windham will be our backup first baseman and our backup DH, although I don't really think you need a backup DH, but oh well. And yeah, so I think that would go well. I think this is probably going to be the lineup: Miranda, Trout, Urena, Tellez, Guerrero Jr., Ramirez, Bogarts, Zagunis, and Dylan Cousins. It would seem, actually, which is pretty interesting, that Seattle is just trying to build a powerhouse. They kind of like doing what I did a few years ago. Because if you look at their lineup, you see they have DeLazio, they have Piscotti, who they signed in free agency last year, Bryant, who they signed in free agency last year, Rick Matheson, they have Yasiel Puig, who they signed for me, they signed Kyle Schwarber, they signed Frandy De La Rosa, well, I don't know if they signed him, but they have him, Nando Bartels, and Nick Siufu, who seems to be a pretty solid guy, a pretty solid catcher, along with Forrest Wall as one of their backup infielders. And then looking at their pitching, they signed Carlos Carrasco, they signed Carlos Martinez. So it looks like they're really just trying to become like my team. And then, of course, they have Enrique Cabrera, one of the better relievers in this game. They have Antonio Barraza, who's only 23 years old. Ulysses Perez, another great setup guy. So, and even, Smythe, Cooney, Philmeyer, and even Weston Bizzle. I mean, I guess that's kind of where it ends, but the Mariners seem to really want to be pushing for to make the playoffs this year, if not to win the division. So it's going to be tough for me this year. Obviously, the Athletics, they have that really stacked pitching rotation led by Bobby Wall. Houston, of course, we know how good they are. I want to say they've won the division every single year. Texas, they didn't do too bad last year. They went 81-81. They're a solid team. So this is going to be a very tough division this year. I think it's going to be a lot tougher than it normally is. But hopefully, the moves I've made, we can make some noise. That would be nice. Let me get out of commissioner mode because I had to sign those personnel guys, so I had to look at the editor. So if what was I gonna do here? Yeah. So I think that's all I need to say. I don't know. I mean, this pitching staff is definitely. I don't want to say it's like the worst one we've had in a while, but it's not as like. I mean, we've had Carrasco, Martinez, and DeGrom just last year, and now we've kind of downgraded a bit. But I like what these guys have to show. And I think actually I'm going to make Perez my number 2, Darvish my 3. Okay, yeah, I like that better. So I don't know. I think this team, the way it's built right now, is solid. Now, out of curiosity, I would love to see where we're at in the minor league system rankings. I imagine we're like dead last at this point. Yes, we are 31st, and the only prospect we have in the top 100 is on the major league team. So the only team we're ahead of is the New York Mets. Seems like the Phillies have kind of fallen off a little bit, which is unfortunate. But regardless, I think that'll do it for this episode. I don't really think there's too much more I need to do. As I've mentioned, I guess I'm happy with how this team is constructed. I mean, I say it every year, injuries are just... It's the main thing, like consistency. It seems like we've had trouble staying consistent all throughout this series. It seems like we'll do really well and then we'll do very poorly. We'll act like a team we'll play like a team that can make the World Series and really make some noise in the entire league, and then we'll play like a team that doesn't even deserve to be anywhere close to the playoffs. So I think consistency definitely is a major key. As well as injuries. I say that every year, but we have a very top-heavy team, and what I mean by that is we have a lot of talent at the major league level, but God forbid someone gets injured, we really don't have anyone in the minor leagues that can fill in and can be serviceable. So injuries are always a big thing here. Now, luckily for us, we have one of the better trainers in the game, so that should kind of help us a little bit. I mean, it did last year for the most part. I mean, we had a lot of annoying injuries, but maybe that was just, maybe that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Who knows? But anyway, consistency and injuries, it is kind of cliche saying that, but it really is true. That is really what we have to worry about. And if both of those things go right for us this year, I think we could definitely be a solid team. But anyway, thanks for watching episode number 26, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. New episode should be out tomorrow, Friday, actually, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.